Hi there everybody, and welcome to this week's Trade with Precision free video newsletter. My name is Craig Cobb from Trade with Precision, and it's for the 19th of July. Now, what I want to do in this particular post is move up to the higher time frames today. I want to show you a bit of a breakdown as to why and how I use these higher time frames, and the basic reason for that is, yes, I know that we are all aware that at Trade with Precision we trade across multiple time frames, and yes, I know that most of us are aware that we also look at the weekly and the monthly, but often there's not too much reference to the weekly and the monthly time frames. Often we'll look at the daily and then work our way lower. But what I'm going to show you here is how actually I'm creating a bit of a plan and how I'm reading the market here on $CAD on the higher time frames right now, because it can actually open up a bit of a clearer view of the landscape, if you will. So here's $CAD, and as you can see, the last few years, the last couple of years, it's been very, very strong. US dollar against the Canadian dollar has been very strong, and that's a lot of people will say that it's because of the declining oil price and the fact that the Canadian dollar has a high export or high relationship with crude oil, being that it exports a lot of it to the world. Now, watching it right now, if you have a look, we've pulled back into this buy zone, and actually look at where we've pulled back into. Just reading the chart purely, not buying into the oil ideas or anything like that. Purely technical point of view, support through here, resistance several times, resistance here once again. Now we've seen price break well up above, and we've seen it pull back in. A bullish candle has formed right here in that buy zone. Beautiful. Now, as history repeats itself, I often do consult the same trend, whether it be a monthly, weekly, daily, 4 hour, 2 hour, 15, whatever it is, and just see how it's reacted to these areas. Check out last time this occurred. Bullish candle back here. It was actually in May of 2015, as you can see just there. A bullish candle after a big run up, so big run up, pullback. The pullback here has been more significant, back into the 20, not just the 10, but a bullish candle. As soon as it broke to the upside, boom, we saw that as being the catalyst for a very strong drive to the upside. And also over here, a nice move up, pulling back in, bullish candle in the buy zone, also back to an old level of resistance, which then became support, and boom, a really nice run. So in this most recent uptrend on the monthly, we've seen it happen once, bullish candle break above, good move. Twice, bullish candle break above, good move. And this is the third time it's pulled back. Now, we have not broken above. So, if history was to repeat itself and we were to break above, what have we got? Well, let's move to the lower time frames. But looking at the monthly, following this trend, it does look very solid so far. On the weekly now, what is that telling me? Well, knowing how to read trends and knowing what I'm looking at, I see a higher low potential here, and if price was to break up through this higher high, it would also be up through the high of that monthly chart, that bullish candle there, and it would also push this $CAD weekly chart into an uptrend. And if that was to occur, then I'd be looking for opportunities to get long. Come down to the daily now, and you can actually see there's some resistance starting to form. And look, something else to note is this. Here we have a higher low, and a higher low potentially. Now, of course, it's not yet occurred, it's not yet happened. It's this could continue to move down, or who knows. But right now, I have a higher low, higher low, higher low, and each time, look, higher high, higher low, higher high. Technically, it's in an uptrend, one that I'm not too concerned about at this stage, since it needs to get up through this resistance, and ultimately it needs to get above this high point right here, which is the high of that monthly. But guys, if you just have a look at that, what I'm saying here is that the potential for $CAD to move higher throughout the rest of the year, should we get up above that monthly candle break and get into a weekly uptrend, then we can start to look for opportunities. And I'm very keen to place my vision into areas that have not broken yet. I'm looking for opportunities to trade. There isn't a trading opportunity right now on this, but I tell you what, if we can get up above there, I'll be hunting hard for a trade to the upside there on $CAD. So a bit of an insight into those higher time frames. Yes, we talk about using them. Yes, we do use them, and this is how. I don't usually trade the monthly time frame. I do use it, however, for my trading decisions. And a wonderful little breakdown here on $CAD sort of starting to unfold here. Going to keep a close eye on that, and it's something that's not time sensitive to right now. It's something that might take us weeks, it might even take us a couple of months until it actually breaks out, or it might not at all. But it gives you a bit of a viewpoint as to how I look at the markets. Now, for this week's for this week's free webinars and your education for the week, we are going into how to trade futures with precision, a topic that hasn't been covered for quite some time, and a wonderful market, a wonderful topic to talk about because there has been a lot of opportunity in futures as always. Things like the ES, the YM, the TF, the QM, there's lots of things, the YG, the YI, so you're covering lots of different products of futures. They have massive volumes, they are traded they trade very well technically, and it's a market that I certainly love to trade. But understanding what that market is, how it exists, and the risks around this market is something that you need to learn before you get into that yourself. Now, the webinar is going to be for Tuesday the 19th of July, 7 p.m. London. It will be at 4 a.m. Sydney and 6 a.m. Auckland the following day, 2 p.m. New York. Or you can see it on the 20th of July, which is at a much more godly hour of 12:30 Sydney time, 2:30 Auckland, 3:30 a.m. London, and 10:30 p.m. New York. So all you need to do, guys, is to click on the link there, register for one of these two webinars, and get yourself into understanding how to trade futures with precision. Guys, make sure you're on that because there's some really special things going on within Trade with Precision at the moment, for which I won't tell you about right now, but for which you'll learn lots about on the webinar this week. Have a great trading week. I'll speak to you all again very soon. Bye for now.